Top right corner of the map, rocking that yellow like the beautiful man that he is, playing for Millennium. It is Dayshi.
In the bottom left odds, the Teal Terran, it's EG's Demuslim.
This is actually pretty fantastic. We haven't seen either of these guys, or at least rather we haven't had the pleasure of casting either of these guys in quite some time. I think the last time I got to release Dayshi was back in the Easter Team Story Cup. He's been taking vacations, bouncing around the world. Whatever the case may be, we haven't really got to see a lot of him, and he has been one of my favorite Terrans in Europe, period. I know there's players like Dayshi, and you got players at the Mine Sandy House, you got players like Happy who have been around forever, but I don't know what it is this year, Zombie Girl, but Dayshi has just been on fire in all sorts of ways this year.
Year of Dayshi?
Dayshi, yeah.
Year of Dayshi, Year of Hearthstone.
Well, okay, I guess.
Yeah, isn't that how that works?
Right? It's the year, just the year of insert your favorite player, I guess.
Exactly. The person who's doing kind of well already, like, it's the year of.
Well, I don't know if you saw my sick infograph on Twitter. It's definitely the year of Hearthstone more than anyone else, though.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
For Demuslim though, hang on. Let's not take too much credit away from Demuslim though, because this is another guy we haven't seen in a long time. Whatever the case may have been, you know, he announced he had like whooping cough. He hadn't streamed in almost several months. I'm really glad to see him back in action. I was really happy to see him accept our tournament invite. I'm really curious to see what sort of shape he's in for this tournament, because we've seen Demuslim do some cool stuff in the past. We've seen Demuslim do some all-ins in the past. I don't know where his TVT's at, but again, this is kind of Dayshi's worst matchup, I feel. And he said it too. What's that on Remax or something? He was talking about how he never practices it because he hates it.
I don't know that. I don't know about that, but I'll trust your word on it. TVT is kind of in a funky position where it's kind of just about like all-in is always a funky word to use for TVT because everything is off of one base and it starts off as a very aggressive matchup. But like doing the any type of Hellion drop, any type of drop, honestly, trying to end the game before like 10-12 minutes, this seems to be just like 70% of TVTs.
Oh, I don't know where the spider went.
It's in your head? That's
the first thing I did. Like I checked my hair. I did like the thing where you run your hands over it. Okay. Well, trying not to get too distracted here. We've been seeing a lot of. It was like the year of the Banshee for a long time. Speaking of Euros, that of course
yes.
That's like now the year of the 1111s. But Dayshi is implementing kind of a bit of an odd push, but this is one that we've actually seen a lot of, and one that's actually won games before. As we see, the Reaper, the Marine, and the SCV's got the DPS to beat the Muslims 2 Marines. All he's got to do is stay alive, though, until his Hellion comes out. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I've seen this go so much worse. So, I mean, losing 2 Marines, that sucks, but well handled by the Muslim.
Yeah. It also is very good scouting. No Terran ever wants to scan, ever. It's just a fact. So, if your opponent has Marines up there and they're blocking out your Reaper, that's a good way to actually, like, force your way in. Now, Dayshi probably could have gotten a scout without it, but, you know, he took a couple of Marines down with him, I suppose, and kind of made up for that. I don't know, but does scout out his Banshee. He's going to get his own engineering bay, of course, Viking as well.
What's nice about the push Dayshi did is it's one of those very rare things in StarCraft 2 where it's actually not going to cost you much and almost always worth it. You just don't really see it utilized a lot, because if there's a counter Reaper attack or they've got more than one Reaper, you're gonna snowball behind. But that's like one build. That's like the one instance where it doesn't work.
They should go in for a lot of Hellions.
Yeah, probably gonna drop. I mean, the Viking comes out first. It's gonna be defensive with that turret. But I mean, I only say drop because I just watched him while we were waiting for him to get into the game playing Catalina. He went for like 8 Hellion drops.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna guess that he's gonna go in a mech afterwards. If he continues Hellion production. If he stops right now and switches off, then you know, obviously not. Good turret placement, going to protect his add-ons. The Muslim's not really investing a lot into the Banshees, though. I think he only got 1.
Yeah, and the Raven follow-up. A bit odd to still see the cloak come out of this, though.
Ah!
Nice one of my shots.
What am I?
Ooh, actually, this is going to hurt. There's nothing here to stop this. Ooh, this is actually really bad.
Uh-oh. Oh, my God.
Oh, guys, play SCV saved him from a choke. Oh, the Muslim taking some pretty heavy hits here.
This might just be game.
I don't know.
Anticlimactic.
Well, the reason I say I don't know is he doesn't have a CC on the way. Like, if this was still one base, yeah, this is a freaking game. But auto turret in a pretty bad spot. Won't cover much. I should really got closer to the mineral lines, I think.
Yeah.
These Hellions are doing way too much damage, though. Holy cow.
Yeah, with only 2 Marines, like, A, they can be barbecued, too. A couple of pot shots, and then, you know, they can't really chase that well. So he gets as many Hellions as he can, brings his opponent down to 11 SCVs compared to his 29. His command center was farther ahead as well.
And on location.
Yeah, I mean, it's not...
This is specifically why we see people wall off the front of the base in TVT right there.
It just, especially like the main wall, it never really comes down to a tank push, you know, taking advantage of the fact that you walled off your main. Okay, maybe if you walled off your natural, they get a lot of free supply depots. But if they're already attacking your main ramp, then you're already in trouble. Like, you know, disregard the fact that you're losing supply depots too. So that's why I never see like a reason not to. And more we are seeing people go ahead and wall it off too. So I think like it's not about like, oh well, there's this one really good reason as to why not to. It's more just like habit, because you don't think that you need to. You think you're gonna be okay.
Well, with the tank up, Demuslim is hardly gonna lose this game outright here immediately, but he is behind in every way possible. We don't have any sort of tech advantage going either side of the field, and that's okay for now, but I mean, tanks will only buy you so much time. Eventually, Dayshi's going to be at that point where, right now, especially because he's going mech, he's got the potential to snowball up to 200.
Yeah, so it is mech. Alright, very good. Overgrowth, it's... What?
Why is it interesting? I don't think I've ever seen Dayshi play mech, actually.
No, I'm pretty sure I actually have. Trying to think of other players that, like, never go mech, but can't.
Interesting that Demuslim throwing the auto turret down here on top of this. Siege tanks are in an okay spot. There's no stim on these Marines, certainly no combat shields, so I mean these Hellions are gonna hurt real bad. SCV's pulled into the tanks. Demuslim is actually focus firing the tanks. Love this a lot. Selected those, target fire the Hellions best he can, best he could. He's gonna kill a lot of them.
He wants that Raven real bad. He does get it. Okay, he does get it.
No, that auto turret though really is what I think he kept that mostly.
Oh, I thought that was Dayshi's second auto turret. Yeah, that was pretty important for Demuslim.
Demuslim actually can get some pretty good SCV kills here. He's starting to even up the count.
Oh yeah. Usually these pushes don't work out so well, but the fact that Dayshi was only on Hellions really, really what made it work.
Killed all the Hellions, so you know what? Now there's no danger to this natural base, or not immediately at least. Because that's the scariest thing in the world, right? 4 Hellions, 7 Hellions coming across the map with a counterattack. You've got nothing to defend. Demuslim getting some fantastic damage done there. Doesn't quite even up the SCV count, but it gets into a much more manageable state. Because here's the thing. He's playing against mech. This isn't like he's playing against bio. His own biotech's been delayed pretty heavily due to the tech lab being on that factory, but I think we'll see that swap over in a sec with the starport. Yeah, there we go. Man, I gotta tell you, like, that was a very surprising amount of damage. I really thought that was gonna get shut down pretty quick, but between the auto turrets and the focus fire of those tanks, like, had those tanks just been on auto attack, Demuslim would not have gotten that much damage done.
Probably. Dayshi taking, like, I think I remember talking about this like a couple months ago, right? Where like ATC was definitely still on because 4GG was like still like regularly being broadcasted, and I was like, you're talking about Dayshi having like bad TVT, and I'm like, well, I wonder if he's gonna like ask 4GG for any hints. And the only hint I can imagine for 4GG giving in TVT is just make Hellions, which is what Dayshi's doing right now.
That sounds like 4GG in a nutshell, yeah.
Right?
Well, wasn't Dayshi also the one? Was that versus Grubby in WCS where he just went like mass Hellions and said screw it? And like, it ended up working for him?
Yes, it was.
Alright, so let's talk about the dynamics of mech versus bio real quick, since Demuslim is going to be buying his time here. Mech is really horrible production. Dayshi's got a massive supply lead right now. Great, fantastic. Let me just clap a little bit. This will probably not keep up for a long time, and what he is going to be able to mass produce is going to be Hellions, which are great against Marines. But Demuslim's isn't going to be forced to make a ton of Marauders. He'll have a lot of stim potential here as well. I mean, Helmet drops are always a little bit scary, but they never seem to be that effective. Mech is just kind of, I personally feel one of those things where if you can't get super far ahead with it early, and Dayshi is pretty far ahead, you're really not going to have a good time playing against bio, because Doom drops, splits, etc., stim pack, all too many things that are just too difficult to deal with. But, oh, he's going to catch some of the drop here. Really nice.
Yeah. Oh, you move the SCVs, there you go.
Yeah, just pulls them right away. This can actually clump them up, so.
And the main too, though. Doesn't see the main. The main. Okay, it wasn't so bad.
Oh, still gonna. I guess he's got no way to clean that up. I don't think
it
you
wasn't
need to
about not
leave.
cleaning it up. It was about like being 40 supply down within your bio. Unless
That
you
is
got
true,
one
yeah.
lucky Doom drop, he wasn't going to have any of the power. Like it's either a Doom drop or like a really quick swap into Sky to try and surprise Dayshi. Otherwise, yeah, he wasn't gonna win.
All right, well, map number 2 will be Nimbus. You guys will notice, by the way, I'm not too concerned about playing ads right now. GSL's still going on. I know a lot of people are watching that, so those of you who are dedicated enough to be here this early, enjoy your ad-free, or mostly ad-free stream. I don't know. Whatever. I guess playing it out, drawing it out, wouldn't have been worth it for Demuslim. Still don't think he was in a spot where he needed GG, but definitely behind. I can understand the thought process on why. Hardly like Idra GG timing here, not to take any shots fired, but you left the lobby?
No, it just kicked me, so that's cool.
Welcome to Europe, I guess. Who the hell is Frisk? Get out of here. You cheeser, says the Muslim. Alright, for some reason the bracket links, I updated these earlier. I know for a fact I freaking updated these earlier. I don't know why the brackets aren't. Didn't come brackets. Didn't come brackets. That's annoying.